What's up guys? It's the Kundalini Yogini. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to do so to follow my journey of yoga, of conscious living, of sharing with you all how we can live spirituality in the modern age. So today I have a fun video planned, which is I'm going to share with you guys all of my tattoos. I have 4 as of now, so I'll go over those with you guys and the significance behind them. And I also have a very exciting announcement for you all. If you notice my t-shirt, we came out with an apparel line, me and my husband, the Blissful Athlete. If any of you guys also know his YouTube channel, I highly recommend subscribing to him also. Basically, my husband, Drita, he came up with this design, and it was inspired out of his passion for not only athletics and building the body, but in combination with yoga. And you know, we see so many people merging the physical with spirituality now, and Hinduism plays a huge part of this, and the yogic path plays a huge part of this. So we've heard of reps for Jesus and, you know, bros lifting and all these different terms that guys throw around in the gym, but we wanted to make something for all of the spiritual warriors out there, all of the spiritual bros, spiritual gangsters, Hindus and yogis and yoginis who want to rep something in the gym or on the mat. And so we designed these shirts. I'm really excited about the design. You can kind of see this is one of the first ones we played around with, so the designs are even more higher quality on our website. You can get them at teespring.com/sets4shiva, like the number 4. I'll link it down below in the bio. So I'm really excited for you guys to check this out. Let me know your thoughts. If you want a certain style that's not available, definitely let us know so we can modify that for what you guys want. So basically it's Shiva with a giant trishul looking all ripped, and it says #sets4shiva. So really excited for you guys to check this out and hopefully start repping it yourself. Now getting into the video. So I'm going to go through my tattoos one by one, and I'll start with my first to my most recent, okay? So the very first tattoo I got is definitely the least cool, I would say, but it's still one of my favorites, and it's actually an elephant. Now, I know this sounds really cliche, and a lot of girls have elephant tattoos, but for me, this has a huge, huge significance for many reasons. First of which is my childhood best friend, Maddie Jennings. She had, and I had planned for many, many years to get tattoos together. We've been best friends since we were 3 years old, so she's basically like my sister. And we have such an inseparable bond, one of those things where even like we'll know if something's going on with the other through intuition and all of that. So we wanted to get a tattoo to symbolize our beautiful friendship, and so she had gotten this elephant tattoo while I was away. I believe I was in Ecuador or India when it happened, and I decided and told her that I wanted to get the same one for our friendship and to represent my connection to elephants, and that was why she had picked the elephant. So basically, since I was a little girl, I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about this, but I've had an unnatural connection and obsession with elephants. I even started a charity to save them when I found out they were endangered when I was in 2nd grade. And I've had many past life connections to them. I know this so strongly because I can't even tell you the bond that I have with them and the passion I felt my whole life to work with them and to help protect them. So anyways, I got this elephant tattoo, and I got it on my side. I think you guys will be able to see here. So it's a cute little elephant, and I decided to get it in ink, which is like a henna color, to also represent my experiences in India, and to at first I was a little nervous of getting a tattoo. This is when I thought I was a girl that would never get tattoos. This is before the piercings and the dreadlocks and everything else. So I got it in henna ink, one to be a little more unique, and I thought it was really beautiful, that color. So that was my first tattoo. Now my second tattoo is like my all-time favorite to this day still because it means so much to me, and it's the one on my forearm. So you guys have probably seen this more than any of my other tattoos also. You can see a little more clearly here. There we go. And this tattoo, it actually means Shivoham. So it's backwards in the camera right now, but it actually starts here, right? And it means Shivoham. And this is a Sanskrit word, and it means I am Shiva, I am divine. And this was something which wasn't just a word or a mantra for me. This became the new building block of my life after I went to India. So I decided to get this after I came home from my very first time in India, my very first program called Inner Awakening, and my very first time meeting my guru Swamiji. So I went into this as a Catholic, as someone who didn't believe in Hinduism or gurus, who knew absolutely nothing about it, but I had only started meditating and barely ever did yoga. And I went to India along with my brother, and he told me about this program, so I ended up going. Long story short, after 21 days, my life changed in bigger ways than I seriously could have ever imagined, and still it's hard to believe. I healed from so much in my life that I literally never thought I would heal from. Past abuses, trauma with my family, and addiction in my family with different abuses, with a lot of fear that was evolved in my childhood, and healing my relationships with my dad, and things that I really didn't think possible. And alongside this, it was instilled in me this fundamental principle, and this is what really was the turning point for me in my healing and empowerment, was exactly this word, Shivoham. This is what my guru, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, based the entire program around, is that not only can you heal and find happiness and peace, but to even go the next level beyond, and that is when you are feeling powerful, when you're empowered to realize that you are not just a human being who is, not a sinner and can be happy and find peace, but actually you're even more than what you've been told. You are the divine itself. You are God. You have that within you. You have that potential within you. And each and every one of us does. And in that space, you can create whatever you want in your life. From that space, we acknowledge that we manifest our reality, that every single thing that ever happened in my life, all of those hard things that I went through as a child, I created them. But this isn't a scary thing or a negative thing. It was the most liberating thought current I had ever learned. That, wow, I don't have to feel like I'm stuck in even forgiving, my dad or my ex-boyfriend or whatever for this, and that, or forgiving myself for all these things I felt guilty about. But that I could take a step back and realize that I had created that for whatever reason I did at the time, to learn whatever I needed to learn. But that I can also take responsibility that was in my life, that I don't have to label it as good or bad, and that I can just be empowered from it. And I can continue to choose better and better things which serve my higher purpose. That I ultimately actually felt that I was divine, and I still do know that. I feel it inside of me, even at my lowest lows, that is instilled in me, that is what Swamiji, the biggest gift he ever gave me, was instilling that in me as my reality. So I have this beautiful giant tattoo on my forearm. Actually, funny story, when I was getting it, again, I had no visible tattoos on my body. And I told my parents I was getting this, and I was gonna get it really tiny, right here, Shivoham. And when the tattoo artist drew it up, he made it giant, even bigger than this. And I was like, oh. I was kind of sweating a little bit. I was like, can you make a few different sizes? And anyway, he made a few different sizes, and this was a little bit smaller. But I had placed it there, and I was like, wow, I really like how that looks. So I went for it, but I'm really glad that I did, because it's also a beautiful way to represent who I am and what I believe in, and it really helped actually make me more integrated and authentic to myself, because now I couldn't just hide who I was or what I believed, or that I was Hindu and that I was a spiritual being. That everyone sees it and asks me about it, and I explain it to them authentically. So it's actually a big gift for me to keep me aligned to myself. So my third tattoo is, I think, my smallest one. And this is one I kind of got out of, that tattoo addiction, which starts once you start getting tattoos. But I wanted to get the Om symbol. Again, I know a lot of people have this one, but for me, I actually know the significance behind it. And it was a delicate tattoo, and again, I wanted it in a spot that was more visible, so I ended up getting it behind my ear. So I'll try to show you guys. Okay, so I hope you guys kind of could see it there. And And again, if you guys aren't familiar with, you've probably heard Om, but a lot of people don't know the full meaning behind it. For me, the science behind it has always been the most inspiring thing. That is that Om, even NASA, when they recorded the sound of space, just, that vast open space of darkness, they recorded this exact same sound, Om, being uttered throughout the universe. And why I love this is because in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we've known for thousands and thousands of years that Om is the representation of creation, of the sound of the universe creating itself. What some of us understand as almost like the Big Bang, the ever-expansiveness of the cosmos. And this has been recorded in ancient Vedic texts and in Sanskrit that this is the sound of creation. And its linear form is actually the Shri Chakra or Shri Yantra. So that leads to my next tattoo. My final tattoo, which I got only a few months back, and probably a lot of you guys don't know that I have it or haven't seen it, is the Shri Chakra. But I also modified it a little bit and I added lotuses around the edges because of my connection to the goddess Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, of abundance. She's also directly tied to Mother Earth. That space of creation and abundance. And I've had a deep connection to her for the last few years, and she's one of my favorite aspects of the Divine Feminine. And I also love embodying that space of abundance, of ever giving and knowing that I can always have anything I need or want, that the universe will always fulfill what I want or need, and that the cosmic mother always provides for me, that I am her also. And I've really felt this in my life. I can honestly tell you, I'm not rolling in dough or anything like that, but whenever I need something, it always works out. I always know the universe takes care of me, and it's really empowering to know that truth. And the Shri Chakra is one of the most powerful sacred geometries you can have, so I wanted to get it actually physically on my body for this reason. And it also manifests not only abundance, but third eye awakening. So if somebody gazes, my gurus actually shared one of the ancient yogic techniques for third eye awakening. If you gaze at the Shri Chakra, the Shri Yantra, for 21 minutes, your third eye can literally be awakened. So I like having this on me just in case anyone's ever staring at it. It can help awaken them and stimulate their third eye also. So I'll let you guys check that out. Okay. Alright guys, so these are my 4 tattoos. I think there'll be more to come. And one reason I also love Hinduism as a lifestyle is because it's all about, spiritual flamboyance, about rocking all of these spiritual traditions. That's why you'll see a lot of piercings, tattoos, jewelry, different things like this, because it's all about adorning ourselves and treating ourselves as the divine also, and just representing that divinity in form. And that's even why we have our hair in jatas, like Shiva. So thank you guys for following this video. If you enjoyed, definitely make sure to give a thumbs up, comment what you have, if you have any inspiration for tattoos for me, what you guys have if you have any tattoos. And definitely make sure if you have any recommendations for this t-shirt design, if you'd like it in any different apparel, let us know, different colors. And make sure to check out the teespring.com/setsforshiva and get your apparel. We only have a few days left in the campaign, so definitely make sure to get it while it's hot. And really, I appreciate all of your guys' support, not only on this channel, but in my new business endeavors. I'm just so excited to get this started. Thank you for all of your support and love in all of my new entrepreneurial endeavors. I really appreciate all of it. So thank you guys. Love you all. Whoops. My husband's creeping in my video. Oh, he's still there. Get lost!